Paula from Chic Emporium, and today I've got a commission on, but it's a beautiful commission, or it's going to be when it's finished, so I thought I'd share it with you. I've had a plan with the customer. She bought this piece in. It was a bit battered, a bit bashed, a bit needing some repair work, which my husband sorted. She didn't like the pine knobs and she wanted some more antique ones, so we found these and we're going to paint those up. So she wanted some IOD moulds, which I've used this mould for, to go across here, or here, I'm not quite sure yet, and an IOD dresser up, which is this beautiful flower here, and we're going to use that on here as well. And the colours that she's chosen is coal and rain cloud, and we're going to do crackle in between. So we're going to have quite a light colour piece finishing with the dark coal showing through. So the first thing I've got to do, and these are resin moulds that I made previously, so I need to heat them up with a hairdryer to give them a little bit more flexibility, and then I'm going to glue them on where I want them using this no nonsense glue, which is fab because it's instant, and you just put the glue on and then spray it to activate it and it sticks and it's not coming off for love nor money. So we're going to do that and then get the first coat of the coal on and show you where we're at then. Right, so I've got my first coat of coal on. I think you'd agree it looks better already. Got the moulds on, and we've used the paint of the coal right into the cracks so that it looks like the part of it. The stage that I didn't show you was it had quite a lot of watermarks on the top, stain marks, and I've sprayed it with a no nonsense stain sealer for quickness really, because it dries almost instantly and it means I can get on straight away. And then it means at the end I can use the finishing cream to seal it and I won't have any problems with bleed through coming through. So I did that. So I'm now on to the Crack Me Up Crackle Glaze stage. And I've got a big brush, perhaps too big, but we'll have a go. Now the rule of thumb with Crackle Glaze is put it on thick, as if it was gloss. So you don't want it running. If it's dripping down your piece, then it's too much, but you do want it sort of just at the point, just before dripping, otherwise you won't get very many crackles. Now I'm brushing it on in every what way direction because I want the crackles to be haphazard. Okay, so I'm just going to be doing this all over the piece and then drying it off with a hairdryer. And then I'll be back to the stage of putting on the next coat of paint, and I'll show you how we do that over the top of crackle when it's properly dry. Right, so I'm on to the second coat of colour now. I've done the crackle. It's quite hard to tell when it's dry because it's still shiny, so you have to touch and feel it, but it has to be dry as it won't work. So now the thing with crackle is you don't want to keep going over and over with the paintbrush, because once you've got wet paint on it, it activates the crackle. So less is more, and don't worry because it will come together when we sand it. It does look a bit messy at this stage. Look at that lovely colour. So you can see what I'm doing, not this, that's the bad bit. So I'm going to carry on. Some of the cracks are already starting to show. And then I'll come back when the whole piece is looking like this. I'll see you back in a bit. Right, so we've done all the crackle. I've used some sandpaper just to pull back the edges and rub down the rough bits. It always pulls the piece together, I find, with crackle. So I haven't done it majorly because I like the crackle as it is. You can see that by brushing the crackle on in lots of different directions, you've got a very haphazardy crackle pattern, which I like. So now I'm on to the IOD transfer. I've done the two little ones here and I'm going to do the big one now. So all I've done is put a bit of masking tape on. It's sort of a bit static, so it's holding itself there. It comes with this stick and we're just literally rubbing it on with this kind of motion. simple as that. Perfect. Look at it. Fabulous. So, the last thing I'm going to do on this piece before sealing it is to use something called Rub and Buff. I bought it on Amazon. It's like a silver wax, I suppose, but I just dab it on my finger and rub it on to my fake hardware that I've created. Just to give it really shines, it really stands out. Some sort of prettiness really. I wanted this piece of furniture is going to a super girly lady who loves things to be very pretty. So I've promised her pretty. See if that works as a whole when you stand back. Does that look pretty? I think that's giving it a nice little bling. There. So I'm going to look over the piece. I might put a bit of silver on here as well. I need to look at it. And then we need to get the hardware on. So I'll show you when we're completely finished what the project looks like. Okay, thanks. Right, so today's project is finished. I did end up putting some more silver Rub and Buff all around the edges and it's really blinged it up. I love it. These are the old rusty looking hardware that we found, and we've given it exactly the same treatment. I think you'll agree. The whole piece as a whole is so pretty. I love it. I really hope my customer likes it. I'm sure she will. Have a go. These techniques all work really well together. The crackle, the moulds, the transfers, it's just fab. Have a go. Thanks for watching.